originating from deep inside the Rocky Mountains, transported through the power of the internet, and arriving inside your tiny earbuds. It's the Appraiser Coach Podcast.
Special info episode.
And welcome to the Appraiser Coach Podcast. My name is Dustin Harris. I am the Appraiser Coach. Quick mini-sode for you today, and no sponsors today. I am going to take an opportunity to explain some of the major changes that have happened in the Appraiser Coach over the last couple of weeks and some exciting new opportunities, especially for those of you who have kind of held back, maybe have wanted to join the team, wanted to become a member of the Appraiser Coach family, and for whatever reason, and I'm going to explain some of those reasons today, have not been able to. We have made some pretty major changes to the memberships, to the teams, to the groups, and if you are looking to move your business forward, and I hate to say it this way because I know it sounds cliche, but move your business to the next level. And that really is what we do here. If you have kind of been in a rut, kind of been stuck, and are ready to move forward in your appraisal business and find more success as we move into the next few years, and there's obviously a lot of changes happening in the appraisal world, I would love to be your coach. I would love to be your mentor, and I know that there is a group of amazing appraisers who surround me who would also love to be a part of that change and transformation for you. All right, let's get down to the nuts and bolts. Many of you have been to the website recently and you have noticed some changes, and today I just want to explain some of those changes and some of the opportunities, the new opportunities that have come up for those of you who want to be a part of this group. All right, so let's start with, well, let me just say this. My members, my current members, have already been told about all of this. I felt like they should know first, and so we got the information out to them several weeks ago. But now it's time to let everybody else know. First of all, let's talk about the levels of membership. There used to be 3 levels of membership. There was a middle level called the Appraiser Academy, and frankly, if I could just be blunt, the Appraiser Academy never really made sense to me. Both the name, the Appraiser Academy, we really kind of, even though I'm not a sports guy, you know, with the whole appraiser quote unquote coach, we've always had kind of a sports theme around here. My newsletter is a sports theme. The membership levels are sports themes. We've got the All-Star team, we've got the Dream Team, and then in the middle we had the Appraiser Academy. Yeah, it was a cool name, alliteration going on there, but it just didn't make sense with the sports theme. And so as a consequence, we have eliminated the Appraiser Academy. If you go to my website now and you go to the membership tab, there are 2 membership levels. We now have the All-Star team and we have the Dream Team. And I'm going to break each of those down because there has been some major changes with both of those membership levels that you will want to hear about. Let's start with the All-Star team. Okay. Here's the biggest change with the All-Star team. The price for the All-Star team has changed, but it now includes everything. And I do mean everything. It includes webinars. Yes, if I do a webinar, it will be included. Now, I can't help those that are recorded through third parties because I have agreements with them. But if I do a webinar on my own, it is there. It is not extra. You don't pay anything more. It includes the secret Facebook group that allows you to interact with other appraisers who will not ridicule, who will not make fun, who will not mock, who will simply be there to help. You can ask any question in that group and you will get help in that group. It is a very different group than many of the groups out there. It is very positive. You do not need to be afraid in that group to ask any question about any appraisal you're working on or about your business and how to move your business forward. It still includes the huge discounts for my coaching services, and you can get the details of those on my website. It does include the newsletter, both the audio and the written version. Now, for those of you who are not currently a member of the All-Star team, let me just briefly explain. Every month, there is a long and lengthy newsletter that is written by me and other members. This is very specific information about the appraisal world, about how to move your business forward. For example, every single month, there is what we call the chalkboard section, okay? And the chalkboard section, if you can imagine yourself being inside the locker room at halftime and the coach going over the plays, this is very specific information about how I run my appraisal business. This is specific information about what I pay my employees, what specifically they do, how the system works, the procedures, the procedural manual, the details. This is the inside information that you're not going to get anywhere else, okay? And over the last, I guess it's been about a year and a half, we've been doing an audio version of that newsletter as well. This is a group where I listen to the members and I hear you and I try to accommodate as much as possible. And one of the outcries from the members was, Dustin, I love the newsletter, great information, but frankly, I don't have time to listen to it or read it rather. I would rather listen while I drive. And I like the audio. These are people after my own heart. I am not a reader. I'm an audible listener. Okay. And when I'm out doing comp pictures and I'm out doing my thing in my car, I have a lot of time to listen. And so we listened and we delivered. And every single month, you get an audio version of that newsletter. It's the same great information, but it's done in an audio format. And over the months that we've been doing that, I have reformed the audio version. It used to be me reading the newsletter and it was boring. Okay. The information was there, but it was hard to listen to. I now do more of a podcast style, more what you're used to listening to on the podcast, but very detailed information. So same information is in the newsletter, but spoken and done so in a conversational manner. Okay. Every single month you can be a part of that. Of course, special access to me through Facebook Messenger. And this is new. The All-Star team now includes the monthly interactive meeting. That was the Appraiser Academy previously. Okay. And we dropped the price dramatically from the Appraiser Academy side, which was, I think, $97 a month. The All-Star team is now $49 a month and includes absolutely everything. Now, if you're currently a member of the All-Star team, you are grandfathered in. That price is grandfathered in that you were paying before. But if you are to join the membership now, we will give you I'll tell you my attitude about this. My philosophy is, frankly, I'm tired of having to decide what information I give to what group. And I just thought, you know what? Let's make it easy. Everything for everybody. Okay. If you are a member of the All-Star team, I will not hold back. I will not censor. I will not edit. I will not think, oh, okay, well, let's give that to the Appraiser Academy, but not necessarily to the All-Star team. Folks, if you're a member of my All-Star team, you get access to everything, including that monthly meeting where you can do some micro-mentoring, where we can talk about questions that you have, that we can move your business forward in an interactive style. Okay, so for $49 a month, you can be a part of the All-Star team and no editing. It all goes out to you, absolutely everything. The webinars, the Facebook group, the discounts, the newsletter, both audio, written version, special access to me, and of course the monthly interactive meetings. You are all in at the All-Star team level. Okay, there is only one other membership group. And let me just take an opportunity to explain what that is. This, of course, is the mastermind groups. We call them the Dream Team Mastermind. And basically, there has been some major changes on the mastermind group as well. Okay, and this is going to affect a lot of people. Okay, change number one, I have had for a very long time a group of appraisers really wanting a Dream Team Mastermind in the Los Angeles, California area, or at least in Southern California in general. And we have now, yes, we have made that happen. We now have an LA Dream Team group. Now, in order to do that, I've made a commitment to myself and I made a commitment to my family that I really would not increase my travel. Okay, I spend a lot of time on the road, as you can imagine, a lot of time in airplanes and airports and Ubers and you name it. Okay, and I enjoy travel. I especially enjoy the people that I meet when I travel, but I don't enjoy being away from home. And so, in order to make this new LA group work, I had to combine the two Vegas groups. You might remember we had 6 mastermind groups, one in Washington, D.C., one in Chicago, one in Dallas, one in Salt Lake, and we had 2 in Las Vegas. Okay. Now, currently, we have one in D.C., one in Chicago, one in Dallas, one in Salt Lake, one in Las Vegas, and now one in LA. So I have not increased my travel as far as my time away from home goes, but we've been able to add an extra group in the LA area. Okay. Stay tuned. I've got some more to say about that in just a second. We have also added a new, this is a big announcement. This has been asked for a very long time, and I have resisted for a very long time. I now see the wisdom in doing this, and so we have created, drum roll please, a new online mastermind group. Okay, so this is a dream team level mastermind group. By the way, I'll just take a side venture here and just let you know that there is another Facebook group specifically for the dream team. Okay, and it is much more in depth and much more candid about business and numbers and everything else that has to do with growing your appraisal business. Okay, so as a member of the dream team, you also belong to the All-Star team by default. So you get the webinars, the Facebook group for the All-Star team. You also get a second Facebook group for the Dream Team, discounts to the coaching services, the newsletter, again, audio, written version, special access to me, a little higher level access to me, and then, of course, the monthly interactive meetings that used to be the Appraiser Academy that are now part of the All-Star team. Okay, you get all of that as a member of the Dream Team, but of course you get a much higher level coaching and mentoring and ability to move your business forward because of the ability to meet on a quarterly basis with your appraisal family, if you will, the Dream Team Mastermind family. These are the handful of successful appraisers from across the country that will be a part of your group, whether you be in the Chicago group, the new LA group, or now the online mastermind group. Now, the online mastermind group is the same price as the others, but obviously there's no travel involved. And so there's a pretty significant savings there, okay? This is a little bit experimental, so we're going to try this out, and we're going to start with 4 hours every quarter, okay? 4 hours every quarter. This is the opportunity for you to put your business aside, if you will, put your work aside, put your appraisal business aside, and focus on your appraisal business rather than in your appraisal business. It'll be the same format as if you traveled to the new LA group. The online group will be the same format. You will have video, you will have audio, we will be in a classroom setting. Frankly, I'll tell you, as I mentioned, I really pushed against this for a long time because I didn't know how interactive it would be. I didn't know how focused individuals would be in a group like this. And then a couple of months ago, I did an online course where we, for 2 days, were in an online classroom setting, and it was fabulous. And it was the thing that convinced me that we could do an online mastermind group, and it could be just as effective as being in person. And so we're going to give it a shot. And I will tell you, there will be no changes as far as the rules and regulations for the online group as there would be for any other group. Okay, same benefits, same format. The only difference is there will be no travel involved. So this will work better for some of you. I know there's been a lot of you that have reached out that wanted to be a member of the Dream Team, but for whatever reason could not. Okay, now there was a couple of reasons. One of them being travel. Okay. And this online group will solve that problem for you. But there was another problem, if you will, if you want to call it a problem, that has now been remedied as well. Okay? In order to make all of this happen, the new LA group and the online group, I have decided to get rid of the non-compete clause as part of the Dream Team. So in the past, there was a non-compete clause. For example, if you wanted to be a part of the Dallas Dream Team and you lived in Dallas, but there was another member of the Dream Team that was in Dallas, you could not belong to the Dallas group. Now, there was a few exceptions, okay, but it had to be agreed upon by both parties. No longer. That non-compete is now gone. Okay, so if you want to be a part of the LA group, for example, maybe you live in LA, maybe you live in California, and you're worried that someone else already belongs to the LA group that covers your territory, there is no longer a non-compete clause in effect. Okay, and so if you want to be a part of the online group and there's someone else from your area in that online group, you no longer have to worry about that. So a big shout out to those of you who have been in the shadows a little bit. You've wanted to join the Dream Team but could not. For example, I know of a female appraiser who has wanted to be a part of the Chicago Dream Team for a very long time. But because there has been a Chicago Dream Team member, she could not join. She is now eligible to join the Chicago group, even though we still have a member of the Chicago group that is in Chicago. Okay, and it's not just for where you live. In other words, if you want, let's say you live in the Denver area and you want to join the Salt Lake group, okay, we do have a Denver member in the Salt Lake group. There is no longer a restriction if you would like to join the Salt Lake group. Okay. Yes, we are still very limited on seats. I have found that masterminds just don't work with too many people, and they don't work with too few people. So we kind of have that niche, if you will. There is a limited number of seats, and so it is a first-come, first-serve thing. So with the podcast coming out, this episode coming out, I do assume that there's going to be a great number of people who have been kind of waiting for things to change who will join. So I would not wait. I don't want to sound like an infomercial, act now, right? But I would say if you're interested, you probably ought to contact my assistant. If you would like to join either the Dream Team or the All-Star Team with some big changes to both of them, I would encourage you to go to www.theappraisercoach.com/memberships and be a member of the team today, or reach out to my assistant. You can reach her by phone, 208-745-9330 during business hours. She's pretty respondent to those phone calls. Or you can reach out to her by email, theassistant@theappraisercoach.com. If you have any questions about the changes, about being a part of any one of these teams, I would encourage you to reach out to Lee, and she would be happy to answer your questions. I look forward to those of you who have, for whatever reason, held back. These will open up. These changes will open up a great number of exciting opportunities for each of you, and I'm super, super excited to have you on board. Can't wait to get to know you better and to help you as we see a lot of changes in the appraisal world starting to roll out, and we will only see more of those over the next couple of years. It is my honor and my pleasure to be with you through that process and to help you to be successful now and into the future. Again, if you're ready to take your appraisal business to the next level, I encourage you to check out the All-Star Team and the Dream Team with the new changes, and we will see you soon.
You've been listening to the Appraiser Coach podcast with Dustin Harris. If you like what you hear, please give us a 5-star rating and post a short review on iTunes. For more in-depth insider information on how you can make more money as a real estate appraiser, visit theappraisercoach.com and sign up for the All-Star Team today. Thanks for joining us. And now, get out there and create some value.